Why not? Since cool. Okay. Hello, hello everyone. How you call it? Second try. We went online 5 minutes ago, and it was just a private event, which was crazy for some reason. How are you guys? Welcome to Photigy Friday Talk at YouTube channel. We're going to shoot not just flowers, but flowers. Yeah, if you follow Photigy channel, you probably already seen it. If not, subscribe to the channel. You will see our videos that we post. Plus, you will get notification when we are online, like right now. Oh, okay, now I see. Whew, nice. It was a crazy situation when we went online and nobody in chat, and like, what is going on? So, but it was a private event, and like it was 2 people watching us, and it was one me and one Alexander. Okay. Cool. How are you? How was your Valentine's Day? You see, I was shooting stuff in the studio, flowers. It was a beautiful day. Okay. So, today we'll do a little bit of photography, and I can show you again how to shoot. You know, the cool setup that is not only for flowers. It will work for many other subjects. I'll show you some jewelry on it, and the cool and unusual thing that we use a photography cone in the reversed way. It's sort of unusual. Okay. I'm Alexei, and he's Alexander. Okay, so 2 Alexes here. However, different Alexes. Okay. Alexander is helping me to run this show, so. No, I know. It's not that easy. I have 2 bouquets, one for my wife and one for the studio, and after I'm done it goes there, so everyone's happy. No worry, you can handle it. Yeah. Espresso, 70 money for A7 R3. I'll be able to shoot in approximately 10 years. Well, you never know, my friend, you never know. If you know what do you want and kind of do things to get there, it will be, I think, faster than 10 years. Okay, Jean, cool. Elaine, hello from Belgium. Hello from California. Hello from freezing cold California at night, and very warm and nice California during the day. So, kind of crazy California. Okay. Flowers. So, what's cool about flowers, and what is unusual when we shoot flowers? It's textured subject. It's not glossy, so it's super simple to shoot. Okay, to photograph. Okay, shoot. I don't like this word because it's have double meaning in English, and actually we don't have the double meaning in Russian. There is double meaning, снимать, right? But it's way better than to shoot. So it's easy, sort of, right? You just put a light and boom, it's there. More light you put from the front, more flat look you will get, more light on the side, more texture will be going on. But with this setup that I'm going to show you in a moment, it's cool because it's from, it works from all around. Okay, well, questions are coming, so let's talk a little bit about what you guys have. Looks like you have things to share, and then we'll do a little bit shooting, and I'll show you how to use this stuff not only for flowers. Okay. What did you say about Sigma 105mm macro? Any good? Yeah, I had that lens. It was my first professional sort of macro lens long time ago when I was with Canon. I loved it. It was cool lens. It was all great lens till I bought Canon macro 180mm f3.5L. After that, Sigma was basically, fired, because when we shoot jewelry, or well, many things when you shoot macro, you need to have deeper depths of field. So at f16, sigma is really soft. At f11, f8, it's beautiful. It's super sharp macro lens. f16, f18, it just gets woo, really soft, which is not good. I didn't know that it's soft till I have something to compare it with. So when I shoot with Canon 180mm macro, okay, I see the big difference at apertures after f13, f14. Okay. Greetings, George. D850. No, I'm not Nikon guy. I don't know where to find the shutter release button on that Nikon. I hold one and it was crazy camera, you know, lots of buttons. So I don't know. No, I'm not a Nikon guy, so I'm probably not going to try D550. I already, actually, my friend had it. I already bought it, and I played. Beautiful camera. I mean, really, really cool. It's really nice. But you know, I'm a mirrorless guy now. I have mirrorless Sony. I have mirrorless another medium format, the Fuji GFX. I love it. Just love the camera. And well. No, it's not bad. No, not bad. It's a beautiful camera. So I'm good and camera is good. Just we are not together. It's not bad. Okay, guys. Let's do a little bit of shooting, and we'll talk. So after that, questions and answers, and then we're done. Okay. How I set up? What's new since the last? Let me move it here. Let me move it here. I'm going to tell you how I should tether it now these days. It's a little bit different. Here it is. Okay. So, how I can turn this second monitor thing. One second. Okay, so I'm using Lightroom Classic. Okay, now you see it. It connects to Fuji camera without any problem. Yeah, let's switch. Through the plugin that they supply, either I don't know who's made it, either Adobe or Fuji, but it works really cool. It didn't work from the beginning for some reason, but after I kind of reinstalled it, everything started working. So you just go to Lightroom after you install that plugin, go to tethered capture, and boom, it runs. It automatically starts Fuji Acquire and stuff like this, and everything works really cool. I can take pictures right from here. You see, it just made a picture for me. It comes to here, and it looks really cool, all dark at f18 ISO 100, 1/800 of a second shutter speed. Okay. Are you shooting jewelry without stacking? Well, I shoot jewelry most of the time without stacking because my goal is to teach. So I shoot jewelry when I need to teach, and we have focus stacking tutorials, how to do focus stacking, so it's covered. I don't need to do it every time again. I tend to shoot it without focus stacking because it's faster. Not every jewelry will work this way. Sometimes it's not good. Plus, not every client will accept relatively blurry jewelry at some point. I mean, at least the back side. So for the client, I would shoot with focus stacking, but for education, I don't use focus stacking because it's all about lighting. I teach how to highlight it, right? Okay, and with the flowers, well, let me show you. We need to pick a flower, okay, stick it inside. So guys, tell me, did you see that video that I posted or not? How many people that watching right now seen that video that we posted. So just post in the chat so I know. It will be quickie, so no worry. Let's switch to this guy. It will be more visible what is going on, right? So the cone, right? The cone is reversed. The camera is supposed to be on that side, and this is for the subject, but I reversed it. And why it's cool? What is going on here? This is a diffuser basically, right? It's diffuser all around, and nothing here. And what we can adjust and control easily this area, right? So if needed, we can make things darker in the front, or if needed, we can make it brighter. Either put in light, or the simplest thing, we put a diffuser, right? Oh, sorry, reflector like this. And why it's cool for the flowers? Why they look quite different? And well, you know what? This thing is really not supposed to be here because I don't see anything. So why it's cool? By controlling how much light is coming through the diffuser and how much light coming not from through the diffuser, we can make a mix of light. A little bit sharp light if we move our light to be a little bit kind of outside of the diffuser and it still hit the subject. Or we can move it inside so it will be more nice and soft light all around. And the angle that light hits the subject is really sharp. You know, if subject is like this and the light is coming really from a side, it's very sharp angle. So it creates that interesting effect when we have very soft light but at very sharp angle. You understand what is going on? Usually soft light kills the texture, right? We need sharp light to get the texture. But the angle plays a big role in, you know, showing the texture, showing the, you know, everything that we have on the surface. And in this case, we can kind of control it and go from more softer look to sharper look, very easy. So let me show you. And with flowers, it's cool because they're sort of, you know, like rounded, spherical, I would say, subject shape. So when we shoot like this, no light coming directly from the softbox. By the way, we may use not softboxes, but we may use spotlights through, let's say, honeycomb grid, and it will be even more sharper if we hit it a little bit from this side. But in any case, let's see. By the way, the cool thing, I can show you what my camera is seeing. So if we can output the camera live stream, okay. Yes, so focus. Okay, I'm pressing one button and brings focus here. So I'm setting the focus somewhere in the middle. Okay, and then I shoot. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, switch it back. We don't need it. So in a moment it should be in Lightroom. Why it's not there? Oh, here it is. So you see the cool, right? It's already really unusual. Yep, it's already. Oh no, it's here. It's already really unusual. It's dark in the middle and bright inside. For this particular guy, it's a little bit too dark in the middle. So we're gonna use this. We're gonna put it like that, right? And like this. Okay. It immediately changes the thing. And again, you know, let's better show a little bit more of the shooting and smaller window of the. No, just switch this to. Yeah, like this, and make the. This is the maximum size of the pick or pick and pick. Yeah, like this. This is the maximum, and move it down. Yep, beautiful. So, by moving this guy closer or further from the from our subject, we can easily control how much light will be getting in the center. You see now I'm starting from far away and moving it closer, closer, and even closer. Okay, I think this is pretty cool setup to shoot flowers, really. So gradually you can play with that highlighted area. It has texture. It's really, you know, it brings all the texture, all the possible texture, and yeah, most of you guys seen it. So let's jump to the next part of this. So this is a little bit more detailed explanation. Do you have any questions about this? Because I'm going to switch it to something else. Okay, with flowers, you got the idea, right? And you understand, guys, you understand that for the, I mean, you don't need to have that cone. If you've been on the page, on the Photigy, where we posted the final images actually from this shot, and even the 100% crop, so you can see the texture and all this stuff. You see the links with to gear. I mean, you see where I bought this, where you can buy this Phoba cone, and the price. It's a little bit crazy for this piece of plexiglass bent this way. It's almost $500. You don't need this to get the similar effect. All you need is to make some like, how do you call it? Round, not rounded, circular. Not a cone, but it shouldn't be even the cone. It just like, you know, like a rim shaped diffuser. Okay, and it will work. For me it's easier just because this is cardboard with the hole, and I just using sticky pads to keep it inside, and I can move it inside, make it smaller, and it will be more deep inside, or it can be here. So what I use for black background. So guys, this is just a piece of foam core board, okay, that I cut. I stick it there with a little hole for the flower, and that's it. Good question, why it's so dark? We have lights all around, you know, we have that white diffuser. Well, this is matte, this is good paper, right? It's relatively matte, it's not glossy. You can even actually spray with, there is a paint, it's called camouflage paint, it's black, and it's really, really matte. So sometimes you need to cover it with a paint, and it will reduce reflection and glare by a good amount. But since the light is coming on a very sharp angle, it's not really reflected from this cardboard back to the lens. It's all about, again, law of reflection. Even matte surface, if I would put more light from here, it won't be black. It will be gray immediately. Actually, I was playing before with the ring flash, okay? Was putting it was, well, I spent like a half a day playing all kind of things. This is the best from all. And I was highlighting it with the ring flash. It was cool, but it was not as cool as this. But about angles, with a sharp angle, all the light that coming from all this side, it's coming here. Where it will be reflected? Low reflection. It hits there, it goes there. It's not coming that way, because angles should be the same, right? So bam, bam, but not to the camera. This is how you can turn things very dark, well, to be really dark, if you make reflection from it coming some other way, but not in the camera. Simple, physics, basically, physics. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you this. My English so guys, that's funny. I always telling about, well, I know I have strong accent, and the only people who complain on YouTube channel on my videos about my accent, could you guess who they are? It's only people, Russian-speaking people that live in, well, Russia, Ukraine, and all the countries that speak Russian, not here, and they complain by my accent. I never heard any complaints from the English. Anyway, the good thing that with my accent, even if you don't know English, you should understand it. Because it's so Russian, and there is a good way to talk English like this, so you will understand everything that I say. Okay? Okay, so this is the accent, okay? Pendant. Little pendant. What's cool about this pendant? Well, not cool, just it is about this pendant that it has lots of small crystals, little gemstones. Basically, it's glass. Thinking that this guy cost like maybe like $6 on Amazon. This is probably not gemstones, it's just a glass. However, when we put it inside, okay, let's switch. Are we looking? Yes, beautiful. If you put it inside, we can go deeper or we can go closer. Of course, the hole is not needed, but it's not gonna hurt us. The hole in the cardboard. Getting a little bit closer. Okay. Well, you need to see the live view. Let me switch so I can see it here. No, I switch it. It's the big screen. It's way better for all this. Okay. So setting the focus, and actually need to get a little bit higher. Okay. So when we shoot it as is, guys, good idea to shoot always with the remote. We get in this picture. Yeah, larger one. Let's talk about. Let's examine what is going on. So you see what you're supposed to see. The metal all around highlighted, and everything that facing the camera is really dark. And it's not good, but the good thing, you know, we have some interest in faceting, you know, all these crystals look, especially the ones that are on edge, they look good. But now with this little trick, we can easily bring brightness to this guy. Okay? Let's try. Let's try, and let's try to do it again from far away, then closer, then closer again, then, oops, enough. So let's see, we started from this, then it was like that. So immediately, boom, we have all this highlights. It's like you turn the light. Even though there is no light, it's just a piece of white foam core board, right? The metal looks crazy because it's not polished, it's very cheap. However, it looks way better, especially if you look at the, you know, at the chain. And then we can bring even more brightness, and even more brightness, probably this one too much. So this is something that looking good, because we have the hardest thing sometimes for people to highlight this little tiny crystals, but now they look good. And if we add a little bit more clarity to this, a little bit more sharpening, where is our sharpness? Never use this. Okay, sharpening, let's put it very little radius and more amount. It's probably too much for the whole thing. Well, if you like to know post-production for jewelry, you know where to find it. We have certification program for jewelry photographers, and after you finish, it will be on Photigy Market. It's photigymarket.com or photigy.market. This is the global listing of product photographers in the world, so you're getting featured there for free if you pass the course. Anyway, talking about post-production. It's kind of tricky thing when you use sharpening tool to bring brightness to little gemstones. Students know this. Okay, so you see, as simple as this. And you can shoot all kind of things here, but not everything. Of course, not everything, because, well, sometimes you need to rotate the cone and use it normal way. There is no need to do this. But sort of versatility is relatively good of this lighting setup. We can actually try, I didn't try it. We can try to shoot this. It's a bracelet, it's fake pearls, but I can suspect that it's not going to work well. You know why? Because pearls are special spherical things that like to be photographed special way. And I'm not sure that this will be a good for them, but we can try. Pearls, we want a hint. Pearls are really good to be photographed with the cone, but normal way, when camera is on that end. Anyway, let's do this. Let's just get this thing in a focus. Shoot it this way. We have probably the same issue with the black stuff being too black in the front. And when we shoot it this way, well, it makes an unusual, somehow interesting reflection. Not sure if you're gonna like it, right? So this is as is, with black big dots pointing to us, never good. This is sort of okay, but not the best, okay? Not the best. This is close to the best, but again, why we need that opening? We don't need this opening at all. We need to use a cone just other way. If we flip it over, it will be perfect shot. Okay? So, pendant is way better to be photographed this way. Okay. So guys, any questions? Anything that we can shoot on this setup? Let me turn off this, guys. Tell me, and we can actually talk a little bit about, reviewing things for you. We have stuff posted on Photigy forum. And forum. And I'm waiting basically for Q&A from you, if you have any. Let me bring it here. 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, let's bring the opposite, so we'll see what I'm talking about. 306 posts on the certification program on level 1. Wow, you guys rock and roll there. I'm reviewing the images. That's super cool. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you're new to school, check this out, the certification programs. Okay. This is something that you may like, because if you just, for example, starting this product photography beginners, it's about, well, it's over 50 hours of video. It's all the courses that we have, the best courses, compiled into one large program. And the difference that you get a review from every shot you post. You get my review, personal review. I open it and talk about this. And at the end, the certificate and listing at Photigy Market, okay? Photigy.market. This is where you'll be featured, meaning that every time people search for a photographer in your area, you'll be on top. of the list. All the features featured on top, right? But if you search, we have like, I don't know, about 1,000 photographers all around the world. All kind of people here, okay? So, talking about submissions. Let me find Photigy Live. And we have this picture from our Pro Club member. And I think focus on the certification program as well. So this is the image. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about this? Just interesting to hear your opinion. I can post the URL in chat if you want to see it larger. Okay, while thinking, let's see the chat. Oh man. Oh. It's all Russian. It's so unusual. Okay. So looks like it's all fixed. Savage, yeah. Check my Caesar. Caesary, where is your question? I try to find it now. How about mirror-like reflector? It will reflect the light in middle other than white cardboard. Well, the difference between mirror-like and matte, right? This is matte. Mirror-like will be, well, mirror. It will be amount of light that it reflects. Plus, if you use a real mirror, almost like a real mirror, and it reflects a spotlight, it will be a huge difference. If comparing to if you would use that mirror to reflect, let's say, softbox or diffused light like you have there. Because when you have spotlight somewhere, let's say it's not hitting subject directly, but it reflects by the mirror, it will be the same spotlight, very harsh, very contrast with all the things. But if you use that mirror to reflect something soft, it will be soft light. So if you talk about soft light, the difference, and this is the soft light, the difference between mirror and matte will be just amount of light. Mirror will reflect more, so it will be brighter, basically. But since you already seen that bright is not a problem, it's already bright even with matte, then I prefer to use matte. I was trying to, well, I was using this as well. This is almost mirror-like. It's mattish, but it reflects way more than paper. It works too, but I didn't find much difference. So, in most of the cases, matte reflector is better than just glossy one. Okay. How have you mounted cone? I may have missed this. It was a little. Well, I didn't talk about mounting the cone. I can show you. Let's switch to the top and larger window. So mounting the cone. The cone has, well, had two little like brackets. I made it holes, and it was just a wire, and I was hanging it. It wasn't good because it was too flimsy, and so instead I just put a stick through those two holes, not holes, like how I call it, brackets for the wire. And now it's mounted through, well, it's a set of clamps, one clamp, another clamp, grip, and this. So it sits on that wire that goes through. I can easily kind of pull it if needed, because this wire is not fixed here, so I can move it back and forth. Sort of do-it-yourself solution, but I like it because it's cool. I can do a lot with it. And this second one is only to hang something. I just put it for this show. It's not needed, but basically this is something inside it. It's just metal wire. not wire, it's stick. It's a stick. Okay. Um, where the spotlight had more of feathered edge. Yeah, spotlight. Well, spotlight through the diffuser gives you nice edge, but it works for something glossy. Basically, the whole thing about shooting jewelry, it's having large diffuser and a spotlight behind, and create some beautiful, beautiful images with it. I see only like one issue when people fail to shoot jewelry. They not really understand what the reflection is coming from, where it's coming from, that you see on the ring, for example. Because it's spherical, a lot of curves, it reflects all around the studio, and just people, put some softbox, try to shoot jewelry. It worked for, for your wife with softbox, she looked beautiful. It worked for something else, like, you put this pocket wizard trigger, softbox on the side, next to the camera a little bit on the side. Beautiful, you look beautiful. And if you put another one a little behind, it's even better. But then you put something glossy like a ring, and it's just not working. Just you need to understand that this doesn't reflect anything. It gets highlighted by one light. But if it's glossy, all the light comes not to the lens. It will be coming other direction, because it's like one. Well, it's not diffused. Okay, the pink liquid looks like layer. Okay, so let's jump to this. Okay, liquid, not much. So, pink liquid looks like a layer from Photoshop. Doesn't look real. Yeah, this is the biggest issue, exactly. This is the biggest issue here, because it's not really looking like, especially the top one that is coming, somewhere from the bottle. It looks like the same, that two bulls trying to, collide in the middle. So it's it's cool. But for example, I've looked at this several times before, and only now I noticed those bulls, and that's how it can, those wings. So I'm not a big fan of these wings and of that symmetry. And they look, especially the top one, these areas, they really look like it's not, well, like Photoshop. The cool thing when we blend, I had lots of images with splashes, and the idea of blending them into a splash, usually the best way to do it naturally is to shoot your subject with the splash, and shoot splash alone, and with all that materials make a composite shot. You will have a real the contact with the splash, with the liquid, and the surface of your subject this way. So you can use those parts where liquid was touching the metal, in this case, plus nice wings or whatever from the splashes shoot alone without subject. But only this way it will look good. Otherwise it's like this. Plus the shape of those wings, well, they look like wings, but so I'm not a big fan of this. The bottle itself looks interesting. Not sure about that line in front, the central line, that the reflection from darker area of whatever. Basically it's a gap between diffusers. If you look at how it was done, right? It was two diffusers, huge diffusers, beautiful diffusers actually, and the gap. So we exactly see that gap. I would try to kind of avoid it. Avoid the sharp reflection from that gap. I would make it just diffused. Like, the soft transition between bright and black. That's me. But maybe somebody like this way. Okay? How much time? Well, we don't have much time, so. Okay. Yeah, wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Well, Red Bull gives you wings. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Matthew. Yeah, it's sort of wings, yeah. Okay. So this is what I think about this. about this image. Let me grab it here. So guys, any other questions about things that I showed you? Let me know. Yes, no. We're about to finish and tell you goodbye. The cone? Oh, I see. It's about the cone. So you just bought the cone itself from Plexi manufacturer and figured how to mount yourself. No, no, no. I bought, this is FOBA. This is original FOBA cone. I had, now it's history, but we had on the certification program, again, I have a lesson how to build the cone from that Savage plastic. It just that very lightweight plastic, well, it's heavyweight on Savage, but I mean, it's like a paper, basically, to build the cone and pipes, you know, the little white pipes from just a construction store. You can bend them easily, and you can build that cone that weighs nothing, easy to mount, and it works the same way, very the same way as this, and it cost, the total cost probably will be like 5 hours of your work if you're really slow and never did it before, you know, any hand work, you know. If you do it, you can do it in 1 hour, and probably like, I don't know, $20. Again, just you can go to Photigy and find it. By the way, we going to run 35% off for 24 hours like we did last time for the Friday talk. Once this broadcast is ended, in 5 minutes it will be the discount applied on Photigy. You will see the banner on top, so maybe it will be a good chance for you to sign up for the certification program. And by the way, no, I'll tell you about this later. Okay. Yeah. So this is Studio Tool. This is exactly Studio Tool. Guys, just go to Photigy journal, right? This is where you will see the latest post. That's where they're appearing. And this is, you know, examples of those flowers. And this is the gear. Okay, you can buy it, you know, from B&H. If you click on Phobacon, it's supposed to bring you to this. Okay, it's there. So you see, okay, it's actually more than, my cone cost 565. There is a smaller one. But the reality is that here on that program, you can have it for $20. Okay, that's where I show you how to do it. I think it's here. Maybe it's on jewelry. I need to check. Product photography, all the product. Yeah, maybe it's on jewelry, because we have jewelry certification as well. It's way more heavier stuff, you know. Oops. Yeah, I think. Well, need to remember. Don't remember where it is. one of those certification courses. Okay, so no questions. Looks like we're all good. Let's switch and say goodbye to all of our subscribers. Okay. Alrighty, guys. It was a pleasure seeing you. Have a good weekend. As usual, if you have any comments, anything, you can use either Photigy YouTube channel to post, because now I'm monitoring there, trying to answer everything, or you can just post on Photigy forums, or join our Facebook group. Okay, Facebook group, Photigy. It's a group, so there is a page, but it's a group. you will be accepted, and there are tons of cool stuff going on there. Every day people post their images, discuss how to shoot, and well, all cool. I wish it was a group like this when I was learning all this, because it helps a lot. Okay? Alrighty, guys, goodbye. See you next Friday, as usual. Okay, I think we're done.